Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
What's up, everybody? It's Friday, as some people like to say. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. But this is a day where Vechs and I, we pick, let's call it a little bit of a controversial topic, a one that can get some debate going. And this week, I sent out a social media post on the cost of AAA hockey, Tier 1 hockey. And the post that I went out and said was basically at the midget level, Tier 1, 15U and above. I was like, can you play midget hockey at the Tier 1 level for under 20 grand outside of Minnesota nowadays? Like just a simple question. Because I was like, I don't think so, based on what everybody keeps telling me. And I had so many people reach out. And I'm going to blog on this because it's really, like, honestly, like, disgusting. And it really kind of like shortens the amount of people that can afford to play our sport at the end of the day. And so and then I put another post out there being like, hey, like, if you feel comfortable, I'll keep this anonymous, but like, what do you pay? Like, what do you pay for your kid to play Tier 1 hockey at the midget level? And I had people from every level, like down, like squirts, peewees, all the way up. And it's horrifying. It's legitimately horrifying what people are paying to play Tier 1 hockey, particularly at the midget level nowadays. Like, when you're talking, you can't find many people that can do it for under 20 grand per year. Like, I have 3 kids. If all 3 of my kids wanted to play Tier 1 hockey at the same time, there's zero chance I could afford that. No chance. And we're not like, scrounging for dinner or anything. Like, we're pretty comfortable, and I can't afford that. There's no chance. And so, Vechs, just in your opinion, why is this? Like, what are you hearing? Just what are your overall thoughts on how crazy the costs have gotten of hockey at that level?
Well, not to get into the economy or anything, but obviously inflation over the last 40 years is a massive part of that, and it allows companies to take advantage of it. Like we saw during COVID, and that's something we have no control over. So, that is a pretty crappy part. Like, rinks cost a lot of money to operate. I don't know, like, I don't know all the ins and outs of the chillers and the all the stuff in the back room that makes a lot of loud noises and keeps the ice cold. But, maybe a really good idea would be taking the ice out of every single rink for like 2 months a year.
They won't
2
do
months
it.
a year.
That's money out of their pockets.
But hear me out. You run roller hockey. So now your cost to operate the rink, the cost to operate the rink has to go down. Like,
it does, but not enough. Not enough for the profits coming in. And when you have these large scale companies and people that are buying that, a big part of the reason for why hockey the price has gone up is because our rinks are not community anymore. They're privately ran for profit, and keeping the ice on the summer and keeping kids on the ice in the summer is way better for profit than taking it out and running, roller hockey, bandy, floorball, whatever it may be. Even putting turf on and doing lacrosse, things like it's not. I've asked.
Profitable. Yeah,
I've asked. Yeah.
I would think that could be something. It's probably got to be like so many different things. It's probably got to be so. One thing is like, and obviously this is going to be harder with older rinks, but like, again, if you want the rink to be there long term, you got to spend money to make money. But like when I'm looking at new locations for gyms and stuff, like if I want to like own the gym or like sign a lease or something, like now I'm looking at places that have office space within the gym space, so I can rent out office space to company or people that.
Well, yeah, most of the rinks that are being built nowadays have some sort of a bar restaurant, have some sort of
right. Like, you gotta have
game
things,
room, multiple rinks, all that kind of stuff.
You gotta have things that bring in more money. A sports psychologist office. It doesn't need to be big. A gym. So now, like, I know what I pay in my leases for the gyms that I run. It's not cheap, right? That's one little space. I got 2,200 square feet in my main gym. All right. And I pay a lot of money for that per year. So like, you get a sports psychologist in there, you get a restaurant in there, you get a bar in there, you get all these things. So now the rink is guaranteed to be bringing in, I don't know, $15,000, no matter what, from a few tenants, no matter what. And then, if you take the ice out, if that helps ease some cost, I think that ultimately maybe with the stuff the NHL does, the NHL gives cities, gives each team in the NHL a certain amount of money, I believe, every single year to help grow the game in their city. It might be something where they start giving money to the organizations to buy their own rink so that they're running it. So like the rink that my gym's in,
not
not going to have too much.
Hmm.
Because if they own it, they're running it hopefully for the right reasons in a small profit, or they become a nonprofit organization. And then it's not like, oh, we're going to jack prices up so that we make a ton of money on the kids. I don't know, bro. This is a tough one.
Yeah, well, ice costs is certainly a big part of the reason why hockey in general is very expensive. And then when you play tier 1, you're on the ice more. You're playing more games, more practices, all that. So that's one of the factors. I don't want to get too belabored on that. That's honestly probably a conversation for an entire episode on rinks.
We should have somebody who manages a rink on to talk about this.
We could. Yeah. Other things. So what are people paying for? Right? What are people paying for when they're playing tier 1 hockey, particularly at that level? The biggest one's travel. It's travel. You're traveling way too much. You're playing way too many games. You're traveling way too much and you're playing way too many games. Not worth it.
Not worth it.
When you look at ROI, return on investment, like playing that many games and traveling that much does not make your hockey player better. And I promise you, as a former college coach, there are certain things you need to go to and there are certain things that you don't. And most of the travel that you don't need to go to, you're still going to because we feel like we have to play 1 million games a year for exposure. You don't. You don't. And so travel's a big part of that. And the demise of the community model and the rise of the business model and all these tournaments, right? Like all the tournaments that you're going to nowadays, you have to stay in a hotel that they provide you or else you can't be in the tournament. The prices are absolutely jacked up because they're getting a percentage. Like youth tournaments is big business. And I'm sure there's a lot of families and parents that are listening to this right now that are like, I can't believe I have to spend that much money at a hotel when I can go down the street, for a hotel that I have points at, but that's I can't because it's stay to play.
That's a joke.
So
F that noise. Noise.
So again, big money in tournaments, and do tournament companies do a good job and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But the underlying factor is it's big money. Yeah. It's really, really big money. Yeah. And the tournament fees to get into tournaments now are absolutely ridiculous. They go up. I don't know how much of a percentage every year, but it's way too much. Right. So quit playing so many games and traveling and all this kind of stuff. The demise of the community model, everybody thinks, and again, there's Mite AAA here in Chicago. You don't need Mite AAA in Chicago and you don't need to travel. There are plenty of Mite hockey players in Chicago where you can play against each other. Can you go on a couple road trips, for fun and it's a great experience? Yes. Absolutely. Do you need to do it for your kids' development because there's not enough kids in Chicago that are of your
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
No, you just don't. Stop shortening the freaking pyramid so early. It doesn't need to happen. There doesn't need to be tier 1 mites. I don't think there needs to be tier 2, tier 1 squirts. It makes no sense. Anyways,
love it.
So the shortening of the pyramid means the youngest of ages are paying way that much more when they don't even it's unnecessary costs. Play for your community. You'll be just fine. Okay. So travel, ice cost, obviously there's going to be some sort of coach administration fee. These fees are going up so much too. like you're all into the organization. And then organizations have slush funds on top of it, right? So it's like, here's the fee for this, but also it's not included in blah, 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 blah. Like you don't get equipment, like it's not tournament fees, it's not this or that. So like they say like they don't want the sticker shock, right? Like they don't want the sticker shock. So they'll put like this low, like whatever tuition, but then they'll come back to you and say, oh, actually, but there's a slush fund here too. And you need to pay this because this doesn't include tournaments and swag and gear and all this other stuff. And so if I'm a parent, and maybe you can't do this as one parent, but if I'm a parent, I'm getting a group of parents together and I'm demanding financial transparency of my tier 1 club. Yes. Demanding it. Give me a freaking spreadsheet of where all the money is going. I want to know how much every coach is getting paid. I want to know how much the you're getting a markup on the equipment costs that I'm paying to you. I want to know the profits that you're making on my swag. I want to know what the ice costs are. Give me an itemized spreadsheet of where all of my money is going. You know, like I just like the costs have gotten so insurmountable for so many different people that like it's absolutely insane. It's travel, disgusting. Stop traveling. You don't have to travel that much. Okay. Like the ice costs, they are what they are. We don't have community rinks anymore outside of Minnesota. So it's just a part of it. Coach administration fees. Again, you decide what you want to pay for coach administration fees. Like for a great hockey director and a great coach, like that's actually something I would want to invest in. I'd be okay paying money to somebody like that if they're going to develop my kid and teach them life lessons and all that kind of stuff. Like that's actually the one thing I would invest a lot of money in is a really good coach for my kid or a really good hockey director for my kid. Like I think that's phenomenal. And then like the equipment, dude. The equipment is
crazy.
It's
disgusting. When is it going to stop, dude?
It's not, because it's a monopoly. There's only like 2 or 3 companies that have like the entire market share. It's a monopoly. And so they can do whatever they want. And there's like all these articles that are coming out that they're being bought by these big conglomerate investing, private equity type companies who are just going to they're going to want more profit for their investors. So the prices are just going to continue to go up. And so like, again, what I always say when it comes to equipment is like, it's for safety first. Like it's for safety first, equipment. And like, just because it has a certain label or whatever, like it doesn't mean that. Like, how much does performance really matter when it comes to like these different sticks and these different, elbow pads and different shin pads and pants and all that kind of stuff? Sticks, maybe a little bit, but like,
especially at the younger ages. Wait, guys, if you have young players, I'm talking below 13, they don't need the top of the line. They don't need especially all the protective gear. They don't. The cheaper elbow pads, the cheaper shin pads, they all work the same. I will say, though, especially from talking to Narado, stick technology is so good. Stick is maybe the one thing that I would spend a little more on. Maybe you don't need the top of the line, but maybe the second, only because when you learn how to use the stick technology, it does make a difference.
Yeah,
but you got to
have
the right
$350 for one.
Yeah, I mean, not a 10-year-old. No. 15, 16, AAA player. Yeah. 15, 16, A2 player. We're tight on money. Nope. You're getting the third row down. Like, nobody cares. Spray paint it black.
I think, and I get heated on this, guys, because this is fresh in my mind from having sent that post out and getting so many emails, and direct messages from people. And like the worst part about it, man, is like the people that reached out and like, I can't do it.
So
my
sad,
kid
bro.
is talented enough to play at that level, but I can't do it. Like I don't have the means to be able to support my kid because we have to travel this much and the equipment is this expensive. And, there's all these other different types of costs. Like you talk about all the time, like when you're not working, you're not making money. It's the same with a lot of people. Like it's a time factor too, because they have to go away on the weekends all the time and they have to drive an hour to get to practice. So they're not able to, like, if you're an hourly worker, hourly wage, like that's a hidden cost that you're not getting as well. And so like, I'm going to write a blog on this and it's going to put some people on blast. Like it's going to put some people on blast because it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, dude, I had one person reach out that is spending, and again, this might be this person or whatever, but like, in a year, they spent over $100,000. on their kids' youth
Insanity.
hockey at the tier 1
Absolutely.
level.
Like what?
And like and that statement of like, hey, can you do this for under 20? There was very few people that were like, yeah, we can do it for under 20. And so it's absolutely insane to me. And for you and I, people who care about this sport that much, like it's killing our sport. Our numbers are going to continue to go down. Like we're driving away really good blue collar people from this game. Like that's what hockey's about. Like hockey's a blue collar sport. It's a team sport. And if blue collar people like can't afford to play our game, we're in trouble, man. We're in trouble. And we've talked about it before, like, you know, some white collar, blue collar, but like there are people with a lot of money who don't get what they want in this game. And then they're going to threaten to sue or throw a lot of money into things to make it their way. And that's a lot of the reason why tier 1 hockey has become what it's become. It's difficult. And I know this from like being on a board of an affiliate of USA Hockey. Like it's difficult to kind of govern when you're being threatened with lawsuits, and these people have deep pockets, you know, that are like, all right, we're just
go home, geeks, play soccer.
But like, anyway, it really honestly worries me about our sport that has given me my entire life. And it's a mission of mine now to make sure that this gets better, because it shouldn't be this way. It really shouldn't be this way. So I know we've went over 10 minutes here. I'm going to write an article on this. I'm going to talk to, it's not going to be right away because I really want to do my research and dig deep into some of this stuff that I've seen, that I know of, that I've heard of people that have written to me. Like, it's beyond insane. So if you have any insight into this, or you want to share kind of like what your kid, like, email me, topher@thehockeythinktank.com. I keep everything anonymous. Like I know that if people speak ill will about their clubs, potentially they feel like there's going to be some retribution and stuff like that. But like everything's anonymous. And that's another reason why, you know, hockey shouldn't be like that. You should be able to speak your mind without fear of retribution for your kid making a team. Like, come on. And there's that going on too, by the way. I've seen it, heard it. You know, it's disgusting.
Friday face-off going off. I love it.
Yeah, man. It's so anyway, be on the lookout for more costs of tier 1 AAA hockey, end scene. Enjoy your weekends, everybody. I will enjoy mine. And you have to watch this on YouTube. We are on YouTube. If you are not, like, little Sophie Taylor Lavecchio she's
on the mic right now,
enthralled on the mic right now. She's like, what is this thing? I want to eat it. Let's go.
And she took a poopy, so daddy's gonna go clean it up. You're welcome, fam.
All right, have a great week, everybody.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.